So I went on Twitter after watching the championship game and just talked about it was a rough performance by New England offensively in this game. And of course, I said that because the Patriots beat me 25 years ago in a Super Bowl, and so I'm still bitter. But we might as well break it down for those people that are interested going into the Super Bowl on where New England is, what they need to do better moving forward. All right, so here we're going to run a go. This is kind of one of their favorite concepts. I call it GOAT, just a go and an out over here. And then this used to be one of my favorite concepts. We used to call it F-post. So we've got an influence shallow coming and then the quick F-post on that side. Kind of a tough read because everything's kind of happening at the same time. The out on the back side's happening the same time as the post on the front side. So I guess you just have to pick a side. If you went down here to the GOAT, you'd obviously read the out and then you could work to your shallow from there. We used to read the post first and then have different combinations on the back side that we could work to. But either way, Drake decides to go up top. Well, actually first, let's just watch his eyes. Boom. First thing he does is his eyes go over here, which first and foremost is one of the biggest problems here is that, again, you've got concepts that happen at the same time. So he peeks to see if maybe he's got it down here, and then he's got to come back and try to read this. And so what you read on this is you read the first linebacker inside the post. Okay, you see if the shallow can grab it, and then you work to the post or you work away from it. But because his eyes go back here, because the concept is quick and possibly is where you want to start on this play, again, I'm just guessing because the shallow's coming to it, he peeks there first and then has to get back and try to verify what's going on the other side. No idea, right? You look to one side, you go back to the other side. Again, this is one of my problems with pure progression type stuff is you can't verify what's on the other side. So as you're scanning back to try to find a guy open, it might look like real quick here to Drake that this is open. But it's only because he didn't get a chance to verify what Hufanga did and that he jammed the shallow and then he just stayed right there. So you try to jam this in. I mean, should have been an interception right here. And who knows, could have easily been a pick six right here and been the difference in the game. Now, gets away with this one. Hufanga's not able to pull it down, and we're able to move forward. Okay, so here we've got one of their kind of favorite concepts. I call it popcorn, corner, pop, some sort of flat here. And on the backside, they can put a variety of different things. Here they put a go route. They love to throw go routes. And so, Drake throws it really, really well. So when they get a press man look like this, no problem kind of peeking back there. But still, again, always tough to peek back there and then come back to the other side. So he peeks the go. I think he sees the safety, work that direction. So now he's going to work back to the front side. It works out here because this linebacker doesn't push through to the hook, so he's able to come back. Good find back here. Just got to be careful because if this is X'd out and the swing is X'd out, and if this backer pushes over here because you're late getting to it, they have a chance to cover all of this stuff here with different guys. But because his eyes go left, that Mike linebacker doesn't really push to his responsibility. We're able to come back. Nice job here finding the hook player. Okay. So again, when I made my comment, everybody automatically takes it as, for some reason, it's all about Drake May. I said they had a rough offensive performance. Here, I like it. We're going to kick it out to the screen, to Diggs right here. But now the job is block. We got to block on the outside. We got to block and give our player a chance. And instead, boom. I mean, we do nothing, and my receiver just gets blown up at the line of scrimmage. Okay? One thing that you always want to do as a receiver when you're blocking, okay? First thing Hollins does this, I like it. You pull down the line of scrimmage. You don't just attack where the guy is because they don't stay there. So you attack down the line of scrimmage to try to grab his outside number. But once you get to his outside number, that's where you have to settle. You don't just keep going assuming that he's going to just come out with you. You got to get to his outside number. You got to grab him. You got to stalk him and block him. See how Mac just keeps going sideways here and leaves a huge gap between him and Stephon Diggs, allows the defender to hit it up underneath him, which is something that we just can't ever allow. This has got to go outside. We've got to seal that and give our receiver the edge. Okay, so have a common play here. So they're going to run a go again, and he's going to throw the go. They like goes. Don't know if this is the right matchup against Patrick Surtain, but they like goes. And then from there, they're going to run a play that I call double cross. Okay, so it's like a deep mesh play. You're trying to cross your two guys at a deep on deep overs, and you're trying to force the man-to-man cover guys to get caught up somehow in the wash, whether it's you have to drop underneath or you have to run up over the top and create some separation. So it's a really good concept against man. If you've got a free safety, you're going to read the direction of the free safety and you're going to work off of it. Okay, the go route is an alert for him. So he takes it. Again, not sure that's, to me, the best option on this play. When you've got another play that is designed specifically for man coverage, you see this one right here, I think is going to come wide open right here. If he doesn't take the go route, you see the area there for that deep cross. You got good protection. But again, this is probably an alert for him. Hey, if you like the go route, you take it. You've hit it a lot this year. He decides to do that here. And just great coverage on the back end, knocking it away. Again, good throw, just better coverage. Okay. Other part of offensive performance is upfront blocking. Okay, so I know this is a quick play. This is a play that I call X shallow block. So it's really just a shallow to our X, and we're using everybody else to block for him. So it's just another version of like a wide receiver screen. And we're trying to cut on the backside. But even with that, like we miss completely. And I mean, we get this off, but I mean, normally we used to say that you had to let the shallow go to the other side. It had to come to the other side so you could get your blockers in front of you. But, I mean, good thing Drake didn't think about that and thought, get it to him as soon as possible, because otherwise he's hit right here because we basically missed the cut block on the backside. Obviously, we don't really block anybody, and this is one of the reasons why I say we want to complete it over here, because if we complete it back here, now all these guys on the backside get involved and they make the tackle. We want to leave them out of the mix over there and get down and block. We want to get this guy over here as fast as possible so those guys can't just come off and make the tackle just like this. So you can see already it's details across the board, and why I mentioned they had a rough offensive performance. Okay. Naked bootleg here, good coverage on the back end. Do really well. Okay, just throw it away now, right? This is what we always talk about as quarterbacks. Just flip it out, flip it at the feet of this tight end right here. Flip it, you're outside the pocket, flip it out to the line of scrimmage. You don't have to get it that far. Just saving yourself a few extra yards if you're able to, and avoid the sack. Okay, so little details here. Okay, so we're going to run what I call a pinch combination. Okay, so it's what I call an influence post right here with a big end. Then they're going to run a hook underneath it. Back here, they're going to run a corner and then a little hook or an out route right there. So I always talk about details. Always like to seam this here and go vertical. I'm trying to hold this guy inside if I possibly can. The other thing is when you're throwing this, we're going to chip the tight end here, which as we chip the tight end, I don't know what we expect from the defense, right? So you chip the tight end and you're in a longer yardage situation, of course. These guys are just going to fade. They're just going to get depth over and over again. So I get it. I mean, I like the play, but if you're not going to ever threaten the underneath guys and see if there's a possibility even pulling them up, you're never going to get the deeper throw. So you're really just settling for, something that's going to happen underneath and late. You're not really giving your quarterback a chance. I always say this. If you want to chip the tight end because you're worried about that, then bring somebody on the backside to be the shallow guy so we can still get our high-low here no matter what. We can still give the quarterback a chance to read this and have an opportunity to play this out. If we're just going to chip guys and say, okay, you're not going to get out for 3 seconds, we're not really ever giving our quarterback a chance. We're just saying, here, drop back and stand back there until your check downs come out and then make your check down throw. But again, another missed opportunity right here. We're not getting the first down, but it just adds to what I'm talking about when I'm saying a rough offensive performance right here, right? So Drake's feet are aimed this way. He's going to try to throw the ball this way, even though it's an easy throw. Quarterbacks and coaches out there, bring your feet. You don't bring your feet, even no matter how gifted you are, you're going to have opportunities where you miss throws that you should make. And again, I have no idea. Probably not going to make the first down. But we've seen plenty of times you hit this guy, he's got space, he makes one guy miss, and he possibly picks up the first down. But first part of it is you got to complete the pass. So you've seen it already. Details, details, details. Heading into the Super Bowl, no question they're going to have to be better. Okay, here's another example. Okay, it looks like the right tackle gets off a little bit late, but we just miss. Like we barely get our hands on him. Drake's got no chance whatsoever on this particular play. Okay, maybe have some shots down the field. The other thing is coming out and seeing your one-on-one, possibility with the quick out here that maybe you beat this pressure, but they're going to kind of run verticals over here. Maybe he wants to take the shot on the vertical. I'd like him just to take the quick out, especially because not a lot's happening. Boom, right there. Just take your quick out, take your one-on-one, put yourself into a second and short situation, and we're good instead of trying to hold the football and push it down the field. But again, that's a choice. His alert back there. We've seen that. He alerts the go route. He throws the go route. He can alert the out, chooses not to throw the out and go the other direction, but bad by the right tackle right there. Puts him in pressure, and down he goes again. Okay. So some different opportunities here. I'm going to run this guy down the middle. Now, whenever we do that and you get 2 high safeties, you got 2 safeties here, I always tell my guy running down the middle, you can't cross the middle of the field. You can't cross. You can't cross into this guy that's playing the backside. Make him come to you to cover you. We've got an in route on the backside. So as a quarterback, if I'm thinking about the middle because I've got a middle open defense, I can peek the backside safety. If he pushes, by pushing, I mean pushing to this 3 receiver side, then I can replace him with the in on the backside. If he stays on the backside, then if my receiver stays down the middle of the field, I've got a shot. Out here, we're going to run an out and up, which could possibly give us a 2-on-1 out here off of Hafunga if we get to that point. Okay, so we come back. Okay, so we see it right there. We've got a cover 2 look. Okay, if this guy just stays here and wide, possibly have a shot at him, but you see the 2-on-1 that I'm talking about. Okay, so you get 2-on-1 right here off of this safety. First thing we do, peek the backside safety, see if he pushes over. he's pushing over. Other thing you can do is replace back to the in route right there back behind him. There's a big throw right there. There's a big throw down the middle, and there's even space, right, what we call the hole shot, in between the corner and the safety. There's a hole right there that we can hit. Drake, that's what he decides to go for. And again, we just miss outside, over the top, not able to complete it and take advantage of another play where we've got some different opportunities. Again, seam, push vertical. Push vertical, stay on this side. Why push vertical? The push vertical, right, keeps you away from the backside safety as we talked about, but also has a chance to grab the front side safety a little bit more. And so if we grab him, maybe that's enough to open us up and give us a shot at the one down the boundary. Lots of little details make a big difference. Okay, I like this one. Okay, once again, he peeks to the left. He's got the out route over here as an alert. Could easily take that. He's got it once again here, but instead we're going to come back to that pinch combination over here. So you see, he got the out backside if he wants it. So looking there, doesn't take it. Okay, now he works back to the front side. We get what we want. We carry here. We grab this guy underneath, and boom. Nice shot right here. Nice read. Pick up a nice chunk play, one of the few chunk plays that they got in this football game. Okay, so not sure exactly what we have with this guy out here. He looks like he's running vertical. I'm not sure at the end if he's going to run in or not. Got the shallow route coming here, and then this is what I call a bullets route. It's kind of a half swing, half shoot route right here. Okay, so for me, if I'm reading this, I'm looking at the corner. Corner's in an off position. Okay, so the corner's in an off position. So right off the bat, I'm thinking I am going to hit this bullets route right now. Because that guy's in an off position, I want to get it to my back here or tight end or whoever this is, and I'm going to let him go downhill and force this linebacker to chase and tackle him. Okay, that's my first thought when I get a corner off. If that backer that has the arrow with him, if that backer goes flying to the bullets and covers the bullets all the way through the numbers, then I'm going to replace with my shallow right here. Okay, so we come out, look at it right there. Just take it. Just take it. And again, I'd love this guy to be a little bit wider, aim for the outside of the numbers, but just take that one right there. If that's your first thought, and again, doesn't look like it's Drake's first thought, but for me, if that's my first thought, I'm taking it. I've got 10 yards between my receiver and the linebacker. My guy's turning down the field. If I put a good ball on him, it's one-on-one with this guy running downhill the entire time. Now, I see what Drake may be seeing is this guy slow plays it and starts to move that direction so that we think we can replace him. But the biggest thing that I always say when it comes to defenders is force them to cover it. Is he covering this bullets route? No, he's not. If he's going to cover that bullets route, he needs to come downhill and attack that guy. He needs to come flying in that direction to stop that. If he wants to play 10 yards deep, then he is not covering our bullets. Hit your bullets, let him go one-on-one. It's an automatic 5 yards. If he makes a miss, who knows how far he goes. But it's an easy gimme play right here. Instead of getting through it too fast, okay, it's the other thing is your footwork. With these shallows, as I was talking about earlier, we used to always say you can't hit the shallow until it gets 2 yards outside the backside hash. Okay, so that would also allow me more time to read this out, to let this play out, to force this guy to cover. All of those things, if I use that timing, if I don't just look to hit the shallow as quick as I possibly can, let it play out. Take your 7-step drop, let everything play out the front side, make that linebacker make a decision, and then replace inside. Instead, we're going right to the shallow. And again, it's also the fact that he comes off looking and running slow on this shallow instead of going, go, get over here. And by slow playing that, this defender stays right on his back. So the other thing that happens is as soon as he catches it, boom, the guy's tackling him because he's not really running away from him. He's looking for the ball right off the bat. Again, I'm sure they teach it this way. It's just, for me, those are little details that make a huge difference in the big picture. Okay, going to walk up in the mug type look here. Okay, it looks to me like they're going to run a choice 7. Okay, so this guy having the ability to run the choice. Then on this side, they're going to run an under concept. Okay, so looks like pressure. Should have it picked up. But instead of pressure, they end up bouncing guys out. So he looks at his choice first, and his choice gets clamped. One guy outside, one guy inside. His corner route, not the best, although that would be the option that you try to take if you're going to that side. Instead, you're going to try to work back to the front side. Not really much happening here for him. And once again, we kind of run into a sack, or we don't pick it up on third down. Option he would have had also, and again, not saying he's wrong going down here to the choice, because it looks like we're going to get one-on-one. The other option is we've got a quick under right here. Is coming out and seeing, hey, I got soft coverage. I need 3 yards to get the first down. Okay, I could have the choice. Could be big for me, but I can also just come out and bang this on the under right now. Bang, right there. We get a completion. We get the first down. We move the chains. But again, not necessarily saying he's a bad read. You know, this choice, we think we're going to be in a good position to get it. They just happen to pop out right into it. Nothing really for Drake to do late to the top. Got to try to just make a play, and we go down again. Okay, fortunate here to get the turnover. Okay, I like this here, just an RPO. So what I call a slice, kind of a one-step slant back here. If we get everybody in here committed to the run, just pop up and take your quick slant. I like it right there. Boom, take it. I like it. Nice, easy completion, just like a run play. Pick up 4 or 5 yards. Set us up about the 5-yard line. Okay, tough one right here. Okay, so they're going to run. One of the plays they like is a combo play back here. So it's like slant flat. We go over the ball. Looks like we go here, and then we're going to run an out here. So similar to what we saw earlier. Usually this converts against a press corner. If I get to the corner there, I convert it to a go route. And again, you could have a possible 2-on-1. Don't really like the backside right off the bat because this guy's hanging in there. Okay, so just come to your front side. And again, love to see this guy stay down the middle. This guy convert it. Have a chance for the 2-on-1. Because this guy runs an out, he's getting banged right there. No problem. Just working inside, getting yourself a completion, especially at this point, or trying to get yourself a completion. And again, here's another example, right? Just an easy sit over the ball. Should be caught. Should give him a better ball. All of those different things just lends themselves to another missed opportunity here. So you can see we're midway through the second quarter, and they are struggling offensively to really get anything going whatsoever. Variety of different reasons. Okay, so we're just going to run a little stick, flat combination, double slants over here. Okay, so come out, and the other thing, just even though right decision, right everything, this guy's soft, take your flat. All those things are good. But in this game, even when they make the right decision, Denver doing a nice job here, catch the ball, boom, right there to make the tackle. Nothing after the catch. Becomes a simple 2-3 yard gain on 3rd and short. Even though we're making the right decision, right there. And it's easy to say, hey, come over here to the slant, which is a possibility if you know it's man-to-man coverage. But because this defender's in here, the slants aren't really the best option, because if they're playing zone and you've got two underneath defenders to a double slant, they're in position to cover it. Now, they don't cover it here because they chase to the inside, and you're going to have a shot at that outside one. But you can see this guy falls, this guy works that way. If his eyes start this way, who knows? So decision to me is the right decision. It just so happens that just not deep enough to give him another shot. And once again, punting in a third down and short situation. Okay, this is one of their favorite staple plays. It's what I call pig. Other people might call it digs. It's like a double dig. Okay, the reason I put a P on there, because in my offense, the P concepts mean something specific. So that's where pig comes from. Got a post on the backside. Middle safety here. Post is dead. We're going to read this to the front side. I'm thinking this big in here to whatever hook. So it's similar to the pinch combination. It's just an in on the inside instead of an influence. So really thinking that again, if I get a certain look where these guys disappear or they're playing man, can always peek inside first. Drake usually does peek inside first no matter what, kind of like a pure progression. But he comes here, comes back, got what we want. Got the big in over here for a big opportunity right here. And we just missed the throw, missed the catch, put it down low, not able to come up with it. But a big opportunity missed right there again for a chunk play. Okay, come back with basically the same play again. I'll talk to you about details again with this inside in. Can't go outside. Can't go outside against man coverage. Okay, you go outside, the first thing it does is it messes up all the spacing right here. But the most important thing that it does is it gives the leverage back to the defense. I'm running an inside breaking route. I got to get inside. Use the line of scrimmage, get inside of him, and now you have a shot to beat him across his face and give the quarterback an opportunity. Okay? That's the goal. We're also going to create the separation there between those two ends. Now, with this post, we talked about it earlier, you get a 3-by-1. You can always peek this backside safety first to see if he pushes to the front side, because we've got a post on the backside again. So right here you see Hufanga trying to mess with him there, but then he turns his hips and starts running back to this side. We're going to take our shot at the post over the top. Just again, not the perfect situation because we have Patrick Surtain on the coverage. Does a great job right there. Going to have to be perfect with that throw. But you see at the top of the route, we're trying to run double ins. Both these guys have outside leverage here, and so there's no chance for the quarterback. Maybe a chance on the runaway here that he takes in this situation, but we don't give ourselves a chance with the front side details to really give the quarterback an opportunity against man-to-man coverage. There wasn't a whole lot happening other than the tight end to the front side anyways, but I like the idea. Push that backside safety, take your shot. It's just tough against one of the best defensive cornerbacks in the league. Especially in a game like this, when you're not doing a whole lot offensively, you love to have opportunities to take those shots. And so if you can hit one, it can be such a big difference maker in a tight football game. Okay, something that Drake did well in the game. Again, not a lot happening here on this play. They're running kind of a similar type play where it looks like they're going to run the double ends here, but it's third and forever in this situation. Everybody's playing back towards the end of the second quarter. Not a lot going on. Nice job here by Drake, stepping up, making a big run around the corner and setting him up. Right, he does a nice job sliding. Great decision there. Slid with like 1 second left. They were able to call the timeout and set themselves up for a field goal, even though they missed a field goal. Okay, nice job right here. It's like another little RPO. Maybe this is an automatic design screen. I love this. It's another play that I would call slice. We're just going to motion down So we're going to leave this guy in an off position on the outside. Then we're going to come up here and we're going to block these two inside guys, leave the outside guy free, force him to make the tackle. Nice job right there. Good blocking. Good job getting up the field. And we're off and running. Okay, so again, similar play to what we saw before. Post back here. Double digs right here. Tight end out the front side. Okay? So, I don't know why he kind of gets stuck on the backside so much. Maybe he's just kind of feeling the pressure. But either way, we don't really have anything. Broncos do a great job of passing this off. So once again, this would take us down to our tight end if we were forced to go over there. Drake, nice job once again, finding the window, right? Not a lot happening down the field. Finding the window, turning the corner. Great run right here, setting us up deep in Bronco territory. Okay, so you guys know I talk on here all the time about having a hot plan. Okay, you got to have a hot plan. What are you going to do, if pressure comes? Okay, so right here we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's big on big, we say. Okay, those 5 are blocking those 5. We've got a free release here by the back who's running a corner route. Not my favorite hot situation is to have to hold on a back that's running a corner route. But basically, because we're going 5 down and we're free releasing our back, either one of these guys is going to be hot for us. Okay? So either one of those guys comes, we've got to be hot. So you're going to see right here, both of them actually come. Okay? So both come. So, again, I don't know what they tell Drake in terms of who they want him, the hot off, front side, back side. Okay? So what happens here is this guy falls off on the back, okay? So we don't have a quick throw there, but again, it's not a quick throw, it's a corner route. We have a quick throw right here as we're running a curl flat combination to that side. So I would love Drake to know, okay, my quickest throw is to my tight end on the right-hand side. If they bring pressure, as opposed to holding it and waiting for a running back to run a corner route, just take your hot flat right there. Just take it. Give it to him. Place it on him. You see up here, it's second down. Okay, so we got time. Give it to him. Force this guy to come down and make the tackle out in space instead of trying to hold the football with 3 runners coming at you and holding it for this guy to get down the field and run a corner route. So again, it just becomes a fadeaway jumper to a running back on a tough route, and it just becomes a wasted play for the offense because they don't have a good, quick answer. And I shouldn't say that because he doesn't take the good, quick answer. Good quick answers right here. See it, take it, make a positive play, especially tight in the red zone, and maybe set yourself up for 7 more points. Okay, really like the play call right here. Okay, so again, we got very little going in the pass game whatsoever. So let's just try to fool them a little bit. Nice job with the little tight end screen. Tight end does a nice job of weaving his way on 3rd down for a 1st down, setting us up inside the 10-yard line. All right, so we got a break. Now we just got to capitalize on it. Okay, so start outside. That guy comes inside, so you know that they're probably going man-to-man coverage. They just pass it off. He was covering him man, okay, and we come in there. Now we're going to drop him to the linebacker here, and we're going to go man-to-man the rest of the way. All right, so now we have a decision to make how we want to play this. Now, you can go backside if you want. So I got 2-on-2 on the backside. This is tough because they're going to drop the defensive end here, giving us an extra guy to the front side. So it makes this combination Okay, I call it 7-22. 7's the corner, 22 are the two unders to the outside, and we've got a little wrap with a choice back here, something I call chin, choice, and an in, backside. So we can look backside first. You could read back there. You'd have a shot, okay? As long as you hold everybody over here, you got a shot at one of these two, the possible in right at the top of the route, or the choice one-on-one. You got to count on him to win. And you see right there, if you're anticipating the throw, there's a possible in throw, there's a possible choice throw. Got it, okay? But it's a pick a side, okay? You think it's man-to-man on this side, so you read over to this side, no problem, okay? So seeing bodies in here, that's a no-go. Out here, do you maybe have this quick throw if you're ready, and then you work late to the corner route. So there we go, okay? So you see, possible shot right there if I'm ready and looking at it. Otherwise, this corner, because this cornerback is chasing, the corner is an option out here by the B in Broncos, but doesn't take the shot here. And once again, in a third down situation, we're forced to kick. All right, now it's really getting bad. I'm only going to break down a little bit more. When it gets terrible here, it's just tough to play. A little play action right here. And again, whatever we want to say the reason is, another opportunity here to make the throw. Could be the weather, no question. Having trouble hanging on the ball, having trouble being accurate. But again, you see another missed opportunity. I mean, that is the name of the game in this performance and why I said it was such a rough performance. They just didn't have anything going. Fortunate to win this game 10-7 because their defense played lights out, but offensively, just not very good across the board. All right, another nice scramble by Drake. Okay, so we come out here, got this little goat combination again, doesn't like it. Okay, so they're going to run, I think, this kind of combination out here, but you see he doesn't like the goat, comes back to the end, okay, and looks like he wants to throw it. There's an opportunity right there, but chooses not to make that throw, pull it down. And as I said, nice job. This was one of the few things that worked in their favor was Drake did a nice job on a number of scrambles in this game. Granted, I think this is where he ended up getting hurt, kind of falling on that right shoulder. Sounds like he's going to be okay for the Super Bowl, but at least another nice scramble here to make something happen. All right, flea flicker is the best play I thought they had in the game, the flea flicker, and then they're going to run the double cross once again, trying to fake like we're blocking, get man-to-man, and you got the double crossers, able to work this out. Again, you're reading off the free safety. He goes flying that way. I come back this way. You got an under and an over guy in coverage. Beautiful throw here by Drake May. Man, you can't place it any better in the weather. Well done for another big play to set him up for another field goal attempt. Even though they didn't hit it again, really well done right there in their best play of the game. So then we come here, and we just got the quick out. Okay, quick out right here. I like it. We'll take the opportunity. Boom. Shot's there. Ball comes out. Funky. Technique is funky. One of the other things that's always hard is these guys have trouble, really putting their foot in the ground and breaking. So might have been one of those where he was trying and just started to fall out the field a little bit because he couldn't make the tight turn that he would normally make. But for whatever reason, easy opportunity that would give him a first down, just not able to hit it. Okay, and I'm just going to stop there because weather just keeps getting worse and can't really do anything as as it gets worse on the day. But that's what I was seeing. That's all I was talking about. Not bitter because I lost to the Patriots years ago, and I didn't play well in one of my championship games against the Bucs through 3 interceptions. Yes, that's true also. But this was really just about the Patriots struggling in the playoffs offensively, struggled in this game offensively, and that was it. You know, they're going to have to play better against Seattle in the Super Bowl if they're going to have a chance to win, and that was simply and fully my point.